prims and cruscals in your last session. Yours is not postponed. Okay, it is posted somewhere. No, it is not posted. I already have, announced in class twice. You can ask your batchmates now. Okay. Screen visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So see, our today's topic is your fractional knapsack problem. Okay. Again, a numerical and quite an easy numerical with in compared to rest of the topic. All right. In your past session, that is yesterday, we have seen Kruskal's and Prim's algorithms. All right. We have seen how to find out a spanning tree and how to find out the minimum spanning tree. And using Kruskal's and Prim's, we found out that which one out of the all possibilities of your spanning tree will be the minimum one. Okay. So today the new topic of your chapter number 5, greedy approach, is your fractional knapsack problem. Now, knapsack problem we have already discussed in your dynamic programming, 0-1 knapsack. Anyone remembers what we were doing? Why it is called 0-1 knapsack? Yes, anyone remembers why 0-1 knapsack? It was known as 0-1 knapsack. Does anyone remembers why it was known as 0-1 knapsack? Yes or no? Don't waste your and my time. Just simply say yes or simply say no.
Sorry, ma'am. Question again.
Okay, then one more question comes to you. Do you ever go and see what topic we did in DA particularly? I'm not concerned about any other subject.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm concerned about my subject. So, do you guys go and see after you finish your academics, like after I think 2 o'clock, let's say 2 to 6, you're sleeping, working, eating. After 6 o'clock, do you even go and see once what I have taught you in the, or let's say not giving that much of importance, like at least in 2 days of time, are you going and seeing what you have studied in the? Give me an honest answer, yes or no. Don't give me 50-50 answer. Give yes or give no. In 2 days of time. Okay. Every day you see. Okay, still you don't know what is 0-1. Okay. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So I can take it as no. And no, no, no. Concept is blur is again a no. So, okay. Don't, it's okay. Students, fine. You're not the only one sailing in that boat. Okay. But the thing is, your honest answers will help me how I should go with your studies. Because what I think is you guys are an independent individuals. Okay. If I make you study here 2 examples, then it is expected that third example you guys will do it. But as such, you guys don't have that time. Very busy, I suppose. So let me do that job for you from now onwards. Okay? So from now onwards, whenever you are coming in the lab, We are going to do your lab work, okay? But along with that, we are going to solve numericals of various methods that we are discussing in your particular session. All right? They can be any numericals, okay? I'm not saying that it will be chapter specific. So you should keep your notes again if you are preparing with you whenever you come to lab. Because from now onwards, we are not only going to do the lab work, we are supposed to do the lab work. So I think I'll divide our lab like 1.5 hours. We can do our lab work. Rest of the 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you guys are supposed to solve the sums of various methods, various numericals that we are doing. Okay? And despite of this, if I feel that students are not doing sums, then from that point onwards, I will start giving you the task of those sums, the practice sums that we are doing in the lab. You have to then upload the handwritten copies into Google Classroom. But this thing depends upon you. Okay? If I feel that you guys are not doing, just listening to me and giving me the answer directly, okay, then definitely this task will be put into implementation. From next week onwards, we are going to do the numericals. But right now, I'm not going to tell that, okay, you submit and upload the handwritten pages or book images, whatever. But if during the session, if I feel that that particular batch is not giving me the optimal result, okay, then that batch would be responsible for submitting me the handwritten sums that I'm giving in the laboratory. And that will be your submission also. So if you don't submit me, I won't accept your submission. Right now for term work, you are doing the submissions of your lab work, right? Whatever PDFs you are uploading into Google Classroom. But if I feel that you guys are not doing the sums, okay, you guys are not everybody is giving me the answer, because I know handful of you who are active in giving me the answers. Rest of you, I don't know. You might be doing, you might be calculating. Yes, I'm not saying no to that. But then again, you are not active in giving the answers or showing me the answers later on. Okay? So if this thing continues, even in the lab session, then I will start taking the submissions from all of you. Am I clear on my instructions to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody is having any questions? And I'm pretty serious about this. The thing is, this is not your theory subject. Theory will be maximum of 4 marks. Some theory, let's say analysis portion, might come in 6 marks. Okay? Just a minute, please.
Ma'am,
I asked, please give me a few minutes. Please be patient with whatever questions you have. Please give me 2 minutes.
okay.
Students, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry for that interruption. Coming to the topic of today, that is your fractional Knappstack problem. I hope I am clear with the instructions regarding your numericals from now onwards in your lab sessions. Okay. Coming to the topic of a fractional Knappstack. Now, see, previously we have discussed your 0 1 Knappstack. In that 0 1 Knappstack, though everyone remembers why it was known as 0 1. I think no, you have already given the answer. Yeah. See, this is the difference between fractional knapsack and 0 1 knapsack. I want each and every one to now note this down. Previously, you noted, you did not note it, that was all in past. Right now, if you are not noting this down, please bring out your pen, papers, whatever you are comfortable with, and note it down. 0 1 knapsack was having that name 0 1. The reason is in that particular problem, we were either picking okay.
Excuse me, ma'am, you are not
Hello,
audible. You are not audible.
I'm not audible.
Now it's okay.
For 0 1 knapsack, the name was given as 0 1 is because we were picking up the entire weight for the knapsack, okay, or we were leaving that weight. We were not dividing that weight, okay. Students, is it the case with everybody? Because I'm in the full range right now.
Ma'am, sometimes voice is clear, sometimes not.
Kindly rejoin if you can't hear properly. Here we are addressing this as fractional because in this particular problem, because it is greedy approach, okay, so that's why this particular problem is known as fractional knapsack. Why fractional? I can now divide that weight. I have an option to divide that weight. I can pick up that whole weight or I can divide the weight and pick only that much which I need. Okay, so this is the difference. 0-1 knapsack was your dynamic approach. Fractional knapsack is your greedy approach. Okay, so that's why 0-1 is the name there in your dynamic and fractional is the name here for your knapsack problem because it is a greedy approach. But this is the difference. In the examination, this question might come for 1 marker. What is the difference between 0-1 and fractional knapsack? Okay. Starting with this particular problem. In this fractional problem, what is our profit or what is our objective? To make as much profit as we can out of the given knapsack. Imagine yourself as sellers. Okay. You have one bag and that bag is having one particular weight, total weight. Okay. So in some of your books, that total weight will be denoted by M or W, capital M or W. Okay, so let's say total weight is given as 20 kgs of your bag. So in this bag of 20 kgs, you are supposed to fill it with some kind of objects. Those objects will have their individual weights and their individual profits. So in the question, what will be given to you? This total weight of your bag. Okay, objects will be given to you, like how many number of objects you have, their particular profit, okay, and their particular weights. This weights you can denote it as WI. Profit you should denote by P of I. Objects, let's say initially we are going to take 3 objects. Okay, a small example first. So let's say object number 1, object number 2, and object number 3. All right. Their individual profits and weights. For object 1, the profit is 25 and weight is 18. For object 2, the profit is 24 and weight is 15. For object 3, the weight is the profit is 15 and weight is 10. Fine. Now there are some questions that I would like to ask you people. Suppose I'm going greedy by profit. Okay. That means I'll consider only profit. So you tell me if I want to I have a capacity of 20 kg bag and I want to earn maximum profit out of these objects. Okay. So if I go greedy by profit, which object should I pick?
Weight with
What?
18, profit 25.
Okay. So 25, right? Object number 1. So if I record here profit 25, how many weight, let's say 18 kg, okay, is getting fulfilled? In my 20 kg, out of this 20 kg, okay, 18 kg is getting fulfilled because that is the entire weight of that object. Still 2 kg remaining. Okay, and I am in the greedy approach. I want as max profit as I can make. So still 2 kg remaining, and this is my greedy approach. So I can pick apart from the remaining 2 objects. See, one thing you need to understand here is when you are picking up object 1, the entire object you are picking up, the whole of the 18 kg. So that object 1 is no more there. Now you have to pick from 2 and 3. Okay, and you have 2 kgs. So which next profit you are greedy about the profit. So which is the next object you are picking up? No, it won't be 3. It will be 2. Okay, because profit is 24 for object number 2. For object number 3, it is 15. So obviously you are going for 24. But the weight is 15. I need how much? 2 kgs only. Okay, so If I want to calculate profit of the 2 kg, then simple mathematics, 2 divided by 15 into the entire profit. So I will get profit of 2 kg. If 15 kg is giving me 24 as a profit, then what is 2 kg going to give me? So 24 into 2 divided by 15. Right? Simple mathematics. So that is 3.33 or 32. All right. Plus 25. So what is the answer? What is the profit, max profit that I'm gaining here? 25 plus 24 into 2 divided by 15. So 28.3 is the profit that I receive if I'm greedy by profit. Let's see if I am greedy by weight. What do I mean by greedy by weight is, see, I am going to add as much weight as I can. Like suppose if I go and add 18, that means it is just one object. Okay, it is just one object, and then 2 kgs for second object. Fine. I want to add many objects in my 20 kg bag. So I'm going to be what? Greedy by weight. Okay, if I fill a big size of object, it is going to be only one object. But if I fill my entire knapsack with small objects, then it will be several objects. Following? Online students?
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
repeat once?
There is a 20 kg bag, 1 kg. One bag of 20 kg. Okay. If I fill it with, let's say, one big cake, then it is just one cake. But if I fill it with cupcakes, then it can be 25 or 30 cupcakes in my one bag. So I am greedy by weight. Okay. So right now, if I go by that particular concept, then which is that one object you are going to pick? Third one, not first one. First one, it is 18 kg. So entirely 18 kg will be filled by one object only. But if I go with the third one, it is going to fill only 10 kg, half of my, bag. So if I go with that, if I go with this 10 kg first, okay, then let's say I'm filling up with 10 kg. So 10 kg is still more remaining. And what is the profit of that 10 kg object? 15 plus. Now, which object I'm going to fill up?
Second.
Second one, because it is 15 kg. So there is a possibility that I can add more. But the thing is, I have only 10 kg space remaining, and that is 15 kg. So I am going to pick only 10 kg amount out of that 15. So again, I have to calculate the profit of the 10 kg only. So it will be what? 10 into 24 divided by 15. So what is the answer there?
16. 16 plus 15, 31 total.
Is it 31? Yeah. Yes. 24 to 40 by 15. Yeah. 31. Okay. So you see, I get two different profit values. If I go greedy by profit, .3, I am going greedy by profit. 31 is greedy by weight. In the future, it might happen that I can't get an optimal solution. Okay. So what can be my optimal solution here? When I consider both weight and profit, if I want to gain an optimal solution, okay, that means I have to consider profit as well as the weights. Okay, so in order to consider both of them, we are going to find out the profit weight ratio. And why we are doing all this exercise? To get your optimal solution. Okay, so first of all, you find out what is your profit weight ratios at each object. So 25 divided by 18, so that is 1.3. 24 divided by 15, so that is 1.6. 15 divided by 10, so that is 1.5. Okay. Now what you are going to do is, you are going to consider the profit weight ratios of the object and then you'll pick the object. Okay. To get the optimal solutions. We are doing all this exercise for getting the optimal solutions. All right. And now, how you are going to pick your profit? Based on their profit weight ratios. So whichever object is having the highest profit weight ratios, that you are going to pick first, then the second highest, then the third highest, and then the so on. Clear till here? Are you guys following?
Yes, ma'am.
So, now see, here object 2 is having the highest profit weight ratio, 1.6. What is the weight of object number 2? 15. So you will fill your bag with that 15 kg. Okay. And you write here the profit as you are picking up the entire object. So entire 15 kg. So 24 plus. What is the remaining kgs here? 20 minus 15. So that is 5 kg remaining. Look at the next second highest profit ratio, profit weight ratio. It is 1.5. How much weight it has? 10. But I need only 5, right? So it will be 5 divided by 10 into 15. 5 divided by 10 into 15. Correct? So that is equal to
31.5.
exactly 31.5. So that is my optimal solution. You see, if I go by profit, it is 28.3. If I am greedy by weight, it is 31. But if I consider both of them at a time with their profit weight ratios, the maximum profit that I'm gaining is 31.5. So that is my optimal solution. Understood how we are doing?
Ma'am, can you repeat once the optimal solution? I missed a couple of them.
See, once you find out your profit weight ratios for all the given objects, okay, in our case 1.3, 1.6, 1.5 respectively, you are going to pick the highest profit weight ratio object. In our case, it is object number 2. Object number 2, 1.6 is the profit weight ratio. The kgs we are picking up is 15. Now, as it is a 20 kg bag and we are picking up the entire 15 kg, so entire profit we are going to consider, so 24. How many remaining weight in my bag? 5 kg, right? 20 minus 15, so that is 5 kg remaining. Look to the second highest profit weight ratio, that is 1.5. Object is 3. What is the weight of object 3? 10. But how much do I need to fill up my bag entirely? Only 5. So I need only 5 kg out of 10. So 5 divided by 10 into 15. That will give me 5 kg profit. Something what you did in your, in your school days. If 10 kg is giving me 15 profit, then how much 5 kg will give me? Right? So what you are doing? 5 into 15 divided by 10. So when you do the summation of both of these profits, because by this you are filling up your entire bag, 5 plus 15, 20 kg. So now you cannot add any more kgs inside your bag. So what is the profit summation? 31.5. So that is the maximum profit, the optimal solution. Understood?
Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Greedy by weight, it does not mean that you select the minimum weight. Please don't understand like this. Greedy by weight means I want to have as many objects as I can. And in order to do that, if I put small objects in my bag, that will give me as many objects as I can. No, it is not the opposite. See, understand it by this cake example. If there is one bag of yours, you put 1 kg cake, it will be just one item. But if you put cupcakes, if you fill that bag with cupcakes of 1 kg, imagine how many cupcakes will be there. Because cupcake weight is what, around 10 grams or 20 grams, right? So if I even consider 20 grams, okay, so 20 grams and 1000, 1 kg is equals to 1000 grams. So you see how many cupcakes you are going to get. So that will give you the maximum profit instead of that 1 kg cake. That is how you need to understand greedy by weight. Understood? No, greedy by object means it is not weight. Students, clearly there are, terms profit and weights. Why do you want to complicate by, addressing them greedy by objects and greedy by numbers? I'm clearly telling you that you guys are going to get the profit values in the data. You're going to get weight values from the data. Why do you want to confuse yourself with this number and object? I don't understand that. This method is clear. We are not over with the sum yet. And please be quick in your responses. Till this part, everything is clear, or somebody, someone, one student, anyone is having any doubts? Because that particular students, I don't know what has happened to you people today, but okay. Greedy by weight means I want as many objects in my in my given particular bag. Clear out all the things, all the confusions you have right now, and just listen to me very clearly. Open your ears, please. When I say greedy by weight, that means I want as many number of objects I can keep in my in my knapsack. You tell me, practical example, you tell me, if I keep one cake in a bag and if I keep equivalent equivalent weight cupcakes in the bag, which one are you going to pick? One cake or those cupcakes? That cake, one cakes or cupcakes? Like you want many things in front of your eyes. So which one are you going to pick? One cake or those 20, 25 cupcakes? So that is greedy by weight. Many, right? So in that many, those cupcakes, that their individual values is less than their individual weight values, it is less than your one cake. Cake will be of 1 kg, but one cake is of 1 kg, but one cupcake is of 20 grams. At max 50 grams. Right? So if I want to include many of my objects, their weight should be less. Then only I can go and add in my bag, no? Otherwise, how am I going to increase the number of objects? Now are you guys getting greedy by weight? Exactly. Now see, this is not how in the books it is given. In the books which you are going to refer, or wherever your resources that you are going to refer, there will be something called summations. Okay? Things are happening like this only. So please remove that blockage that this is a different method and what we are going to discuss is a different method. They both are same. Just the case is we are now going to add some mathematical symbols. Just that. I'll help you relate here. See, this is your WI, this is your P of I. Okay, and in finding the optimal solution, you considered the ratio. Okay, so far so good for everyone. Please listen to me carefully because we are in short of time and I can't repeat this again. Tomorrow I will do it, don't worry. But hear me out very clearly, all of you. According to the books now, what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to find out one x of I. One term called x of I. Now this x of I is nothing but how much weights you are taking of these objects. So x of I you are supposed to write like this in the paper, and then you start writing x1, x2 and x3. Okay, this x1, x2, x3, they are nothing but your objects. Object number 1, object 2 and object 3. Okay, so x1, x2, x3. Now you see, we consider profit weight ratios. The first thing that we took was object number 2, 1.6, right? And we are taking that entire object. So that means we are taking the entire weight. Okay, so this x value above x2, we are going to write 1. Okay, listen to me carefully, then you'll understand everything. X2, we are picking up the entire 15 kg. Okay, so we are going to write 1. Then what we took? 5 kgs from object number 3. All right. So object number 3 here, what you are going to write? 5 divided by 10. Okay. I'm writing 0.0 because it will take October, otherwise date it will pick up. So 5 divided by 10. That is what the weight you are taking. This symbolizes the entire weight picked up. This symbolizes the amount of weight you are picking up. What? You will know it. There is a formula coming up. No, don't write 0.5, please. This is a small and easy example for your understanding. That's why it is 5 by 10. There will be fractional values. 15 by 28, maybe. This is just a number, random number. But don't write 0.5. Just write whatever weight you are picking up. You picked up 5 out of total 10. So write 5 by 10. That's it. Okay, and x1 you are not picking up anything because by the time this whole thing is filled up, you don't need x1 any weight, so you mention 0 there. Okay, this x values, if you want to know, they are always going to be in between 0 to 1. So 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 1. Okay, this x values. All right. So far, so good for everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have to do 2 summations. In order to find out the optimal solution, we have to do 2 summations. Summation means your Roman letter E. This one. Okay. So first you'll do summation of weights. Summation of xi into wi. Xi into wi. That is what you are going to do, summation. So you have a look, keep this as a reference and keep this table as a reference. Okay. And you start writing. You just have to now note down. Mechanically, you have to note it down everything, whatever is in front of your eyes. 0 into xi means I value is your 1, 2, 3 object values. Okay. So x1 into w1 plus x2 into w2 plus x3 into w3. Okay. So x1 into w1. What is x1? 0. What is x1? W1? 18. Plus, what is x2? 1. What is w2? 15. Plus, what is x3? 5 by 10. Simply just write the fractional value. Please don't try to solve it right now. 5 by 10 into, what is the weight of x3? 10. Now you solve. 0 into 18, that is 0. 1 into 15, that is 15. Plus 5 by 10 into 10, so that is 5. That is equal to 20 kg. That means my whole knapsack is filled up. So condition satisfied. Now I have to find summation of xi into the profits to find the optimal profit which I'm supposed to get. So again, 0 into, what is the profit value of 1? 25 plus 1 into, what is P of 2? 24 plus x3 is 5 by 10 into, what is your weight? Sorry, what is the profit there? 15. 0 into 25, that is 0. 1 into 24, that is 24. Plus 5 into 15 by 10. 7.5. So your answer is 31.5. That is what you are getting here also. 24 plus 7.5. That is 31.5. This is how you are supposed to do in exam. Okay. Everybody understood? See, first, I told you how things are working. Okay, how you are supposed to pick your optimal solution. All right, using this particular diagram and your current given data. Then I told you the book method, which you have to actually follow. Okay, so in the book method, first you draw this x of I table. Okay, x1, x2, x3, they are nothing but your object numbers. Whatever is the weight value you are picking up. If you are picking up the entire weight, write 1. If you are not picking up the weight, write 0. If you are picking up only the part of weight, then write that fractional value, 5 by 10 in our case, in this example. Okay. Once that is done, you do the summation. Summation, I cannot write here the symbol. Actually, I'm not able to find that symbol here in the Excel. It is there. I know there is an option of symbol, but I'm not able to find that symbol there right now. And we are short of time. So X of I, W of I. Okay. Then you do summation of your profit to find out what is the max profit you can get for that 20 kg. Okay. So you'll get both the values there. 31.5 is your optimal maximum profit that you can achieve with that 20 kg bag. Everybody clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions anyone is having?
Ma'am, in the question, it will come by profit and words, right? The question will be
In
given.
question, it will be given like it can be written in sentence form also, that there are total 7 objects. So if it is written that there are total 7 objects, you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then the question will be followed as, for those 7 objects, these are the given weights and these are the given profits. Maximum knapsack capacity is 25 kg or 30 kg. Find out the optimal solution.
Is it required to draw the table?
Yes.
The first one you have drawn, like with the objects and that one or XO1, XO1.
Yes, it will be easier for you to visualize.
And if it's coming up for how many marks it will come? This one, the sectional one?
6 to 8. This is just a small problem. We were supposed to discuss for 7 objects, but due to some interruptions, continuous interruptions in my, next device, I was not able to cover that particular example. But don't worry, we'll cover that tomorrow. Keep the notes for this ready when you come tomorrow for the session.
Okay, ma'am.
There will be now 7 objects. Here there are only 3 objects. This is a very small example to make you understand the concept. Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss with 7 objects. Okay. And then I'll give you one small homework with 3 objects again. All right, everybody.
Ma'am,
Yes.
if we are going by this one, the book one, we don't need the ratio of the profit and weights, right?
No, you will need it, because again you have to see like which profit you are picking up. 1.6 is the first thing, so that's why H2 you are taking the entire one. Then 1.5.
Okay, got it.
All right, students, keeping your session till here. Tomorrow, do not forget, bring the notes for this. Okay. We are going to discuss 2 more sums. Sorry, 1 sum we'll discuss, 1 I'll give you for homework. Okay, with 3 objects. Don't worry, it's not the lengthy one. Fine. So thank you, students, for attending the session. Write your numbers in the chat and free to leave.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am,
Yes, speak.
the Excel sheet you didn't upload yet.
For unit number?
Unit number 2 and unit number 3.
Okay, I'll check in the lab right now.
Okay, ma'am. If it's last time you told me that it's not getting uploaded in the economy. If it's not
Yeah,
done,
but no. I did upload, but I forgot to check its status. I'll just check it.
Okay, ma'am.
It did show me that it is uploaded successfully, but I'll see again.
If it's possible, just do by today.
Yes, I told you in the lab session. I have one lab session. In the lab session, I'll do that.
Okay, ma'am. Have a nice day.